Hello, welcome to another Tomo Talks. I have not been on here for quite some time, half a year to be exact, but I have a reason for it. I think I've dropped a couple hints in previous videos in that I have been working on a project of my own, which I have been. Simply put, I was working on creating a restaurant concept of my own and opening that in SF and trying to raise money to do so. Long story short, it did not go as I expected it to, so I did end up pulling the plug on it quite recently, and after that I let myself wallow in a pool of shame and embarrassment for a while, but now I'm back up and running and back at square zero. So that is where I'm at. I am sort of freaking out, to be honest, because I have no idea what I want to do with my life. I think a lot of people my age are probably grappling with similar issues. To be able to have the choice to ponder over these next steps is a privilege in itself, and this decision paralysis that I'm experiencing is the same thing, but it is still something that I am grappling with at the moment. Those of you who have watched me on here documenting my life so far know how much change I've encountered and embraced in the careers that I've chosen for myself. To do a little refresher, I started my career in HR in Tokyo. I was in Hong Kong for a year after that, though that was a very unserious year. And afterwards, I moved back to Tokyo to work in venture capital. And after Tokyo, a little volunteer stint in Chile sort of prompted the next couple of years in that I worked as a freelancer in both recruitment and research, and most recently I was working as a sake sommelier at Raffles Hotel in London, which was an exciting chapter as well. And most recently I was working on that restaurant concept that did not take off. So anywho, now I don't know, I feel like I have experienced a lot of different industries, a lot of different jobs so far, particularly for someone my age, especially in Japan. But I'm still at a complete loss as to what I want to do next, probably because I am stressing myself out by wanting to pick the right decision, whatever that means. I also think that being back in Tokyo means that I'm closer to family, and being closer to family means that I am made acutely aware of what they want for myself and my future. So I can't help but let that sort of bleed into my thought processes, even though I do want to keep those separate. So yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling a slew of emotions. I'm feeling quite stressed, panicked, frustrated. I still feel a sliver of excitement. I don't know why I'm filming this. It's probably just for a proof of life video, but also to share that I am experiencing a down phase. I've definitely spent some time crying over the past couple of weeks because I've been so frustrated at myself. I've also spent a lot of good moments with friends, talking things out and trying to make sense of my brain and what I want for myself. I don't know if I'm much closer to figuring that out. I know that come a year from now, for example, at the end of next year, I will be in a completely different position, in a different place, somewhere where I cannot imagine for myself at the moment. But for now, it just does feel miles away. I'm just trying to not beat myself up over it and freak myself out more than necessary, but also take proactive steps to be able to quote unquote figure it out. So yeah, that is my short update. Not much of an update really. I do have a video that I put together of my fundraising time. It is a bit embarrassing, but if there is any interest in it, I'm happy to share that with any of you as well. So let me know in the comments. I think I've forgotten to mention this very important part, but in figuring out my next steps, I think I'm at a point where I do want to derive some sort of meaning from work and get some sort of meaning and growth from work. I don't want it to define me as I let it do in a couple of my jobs that I've held so far. I don't think it's senseless for me to want to find purpose in what will probably take up a significant chunk of my time. So that's where I'm at, trying to figure out what that possibly could be for myself. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. But in the meantime, happy holidays, happy new year. I will see you next year. And one last thing that I want to share that I'm proud of, I have stopped doing lash extensions. These are my real lashes. I've been using a lash serum that has really been working, and this is just my natural lashes with a lash perm. So I just wanted to show that off. That is all. Okay, bye. Happy holidays. See you next year.